Hello, welcome to Game On. I'm Simon. Laurie will pop up in a bit, dressed as an orc, and I don't mean his own costume that looks like you've emptied a vacuum cleaner on a wet plum. No, he got made up in proper movie-level costume. It looked really cool, and he scared some people in a lift. But why was he doing it? Well, Shadow of Mordor came out, the much-anticipated game that sees you fight your way through the orc army to defeat Sauron himself, which shouldn't be too hard as he's only ever been seen in ominous slow motion. It may look cool, but try not to be in ominous slow motion in real life, as there's a fine line between ominous and getting pepper sprayed in Lidl. Not that I did it. But what is the game actually like? It's not a game of subtlety. The clever bit is the system of battling hordes of orcs to get to Sauron, but you have to defeat captains, who will get promoted and stronger every time you are killed, as will any random orc that kills you. This is a genuinely brilliant system. It means everyone's game is sort of unique, and as you are taunted by the orcs, you really feel like they all have character. The bad side to all this is that the combat system they've employed is basically the wrong one. They've used the Batman system. Its fluid, slick, counter-attacking style is perfect for the small hand-to-hand skirmishes in Batman. But in Shadow of Mordor, you are dropped basically at random into the orcs' base to go hunting, whereby you'll be immediately surrounded like desperate pre-teens around one direction. Even if you've watched as you've plunged a sword through the back of an orc's neck, if the animation gets interrupted, they'll just jump straight back up like Lazarus or Hulk Hogan. Those are my two references. Levelling up makes this less annoying, but it's a bit of a gaff of a decision, and it makes the game's combat fun but frustrating. Back to plus points. The progression is really interesting as you find clues to a captain's weaknesses and things, and it is surprisingly and almost Dark Soulsianly challenging. Which is good because games can be too easy nowadays because they want you to see the whole story. But it's gone too far now. I reckon I could complete most games with dog hands. Dogs, not dogs for hands. Like hoofs, paws. The story doesn't make much sense, but that's not a problem. Apart from The Walking Dead, The Last of Us and Spec Ops The Line, there hasn't really been good stories in games for quite a while. It's almost an unreasonable expectation to consider story in a review. In Shadow of Mordor, it's all and no because. It's basically, wife's dead and Mordor! So overall, Shadow of Mordor is brutal, fun and challenging. It's a bit of a shame the combat is also, at times, insanely frustrating. But what do you think? How are you getting on with the combat in Shadow of Mordor? More importantly, what games do you think in the last few years have actually had good stories? Let us know in the comments below.
So yeah, orcs. Not the rubbish slang kids use when something's awkward, but the big green buggers from Middle-earth. As resident short straw drawer, I was tasked with dressing as an orc by Warner Bros. For a Shadow of Mordor promo event. They took me to the brilliant Silent Studios who deal in epic costume design and makeup, and decided to conduct a series of horrible acts on me, from smearing my entire face with Vaseline to sealing me inside a full face cast for 40 minutes. And as I emerged from the cast like a beardy newborn, at least I knew the worst of it was over.
Freedom. Whoa. Really bright out here.
Until they told me to shave my beard off. There is no greater injustice. A couple of weeks later, clean-shaven and bloomin' grumpy, I was back in the chair for the event. After an hour and 40 minutes of makeup, Laurie was no more, there was only orc. And I may have been taking this a little too seriously. Especially when I just decided to go back to work.
So the thing about orcs is we get a really bad rep. I mean, you only ever see us in the films killing things, killing the good guys, hunting them, that kind of thing. And that's not what we're all about. I mean, I've got an orc family. I've got little orclings, an orc wife that I need to look after. I need to provide for them. And that's why I work for Sauron's propaganda department.
What are you?
I'm an orc.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. No, actually, this is a birth defect. So, yeah. Fighting Gondor. Oh, I'm leaving blood all over the keyboard. Gimli, dwarf, spotted. Leaving. Scene. Cool. I think I'm ready to voice that now. So yeah, we might do that. Let's go do that. 2 rangers were killed in fighting in Gondor. It was reported that Aragorn of No, take it again, I look fat. Ash, what you got for lunch?
Oh, it's couscous, mate.
Can I try some?
It's not raw flesh.
So, and what?
Well, you wouldn't like it.
Well, I would like it. I'm on Atkins, I'm not an animal.
What does Zane do when he's bored? Does he read the back of cereal boxes?
Yep.
Take Kevin the pigeon for a walk? Does he bake cakes? Or does he put on his glasses, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and talk to the soap?
He bakes cakes. He's such a little baker, isn't he? That Zane, crazy baker man. I'm just not achieving the things that I want to achieve.
What do you want to do?
You're going to think this is really stupid, but I really want to be a showbiz presenter.